Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Drifter Saloon. Ven Corbin here with a double up on the Featured Superstar. We're doing our first ever Featured Superstars on the free and chase characters of this month. If you are not aware, it is the Hall of Fame Spectacular this month, and we're going to start off with our free character, which is Hall of Fame Jerry the King Lawler. So, good old Hall of Fame Jerry over here. He is a showboat. Lots of people are actually surprised with how well he is. I also forgot to move over to the coach. His coaching ability is purple submission moves are -1, -2. And then, honestly, everything else we'll get into as we go through. We're going to do this a little bit differently. If somebody mentions their ratings inside of their reviews, you'll know that ahead of time. I will still at the end show all the scores all together and what it averages out at. And then I am going to go back to reading everybody's notes individually. So this may be a longer video as we're going to go through each one for Hall of Fame Lawler. And then we're going to go through each one for Hall of Fame Dusty. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Of course, as per usual, make sure that you follow everybody down below in the description. They're all fantastic content creators and gave time to give their opinions. And of course, do not harass them. This is a for fun project that we do in the Saloon to provide early peek at where they would land on a tier list. Let's just keep this fun, shall we? All right, so no 2Bob today. I left his logo up on there just because it's a little bit easier for how things are. But no 2Bob. Everybody else gave us a reply, so unfortunately, it is how it is. So we'll be skipping 2Bob today and going to Benny. Benny said for Hall of Fame Lawler, Jerry Lawler, the best Hall of Fame card this month. We just got started there, Benny, but awesome. Thank you for a great King poster. Should have been the Chase instead of Dusty. Both gears are reachable. Hitting already 1.5 million turn 1 with both gears. Add Yokozuna Hall of Fame as a coach? Ouch. Should I say thank you, Scopely, for the late Christmas gift? Benny was very excited and happy to have a good Lawler. Davey D is in next with their review, and it is without gear, he's about a 6 out of 10. With gears, he's about an 8 out of 10. Very solid numbers there, especially for the free superstar. DJ Anon, we're going to jump over here. He was awesome enough to send me some screenshots. So he runs Lawler, yellow, purple, yellow, with Woods, I'm drawing a blank, Junkyard Dog, Santa Hogan, and Master of the Universe Rey Mysterio. Essentially pushing out as much damage with those purple gems as possible. Hogan is at a level where he's going to be adding gem damage as well. So very solid setup. Purple, yellow, purple. It's the Royal Fist, the running drop kick, and the body slam. This is, if you watched his review, this is honestly what he was running as well. So very, very big thank you to DJ for sending us that. Godflow, regarding to Lawler, said 1 gear, give about an 8, 2 gears, 8.5. Following in Nikki Ash's footsteps, a phenomenal free card with great gears. True, very true. The gears are nice. Alright, up next is Goldie with Holy Shiitake Mushrooms. What an incredible free character. Excellent damage output and a great free-to-play choice for people in stipulation tours. Highly recommend taking him as high as possible this month, given he won't be using Hall of Fame tokens. Goldie is one of the first people to mention this. I believe 1 or 2 others do as well. You're not using Hall of Fame tokens to take up Lawler. So if you want a good Hall of Fame character up to 4-star gold, I believe it is, you should be using those Hall of Fame those free-to-play tokens to level him up over time. Up next, we have J-Man. He's a free-to-play and a showboat, but he recycles well, and he has a decently hard-hitting finisher. A good kick-out move. People are overly excited of him because he's new. I think he's a better Hall of Fame than Piper, but after the MLC bonus is over, he'll have limited use. Coaching ability seems kind of meh, maybe good on Hall of Fame Eddie. Could take advantage of that. Not a huge fan of the sub-reduction coaches. And that's fine, J-Man, but I was actually waiting for J-Man's comment to mention, I have Hall of Fame Eddie at 5-star bronze, love his sub move, and the way that it's built for board clearing. I would easily use, personally, Hall of Fame Lawler on Hall of Fame Eddie. I think that's a very good way to utilize his coaching ability. G-Man himself, Gerson, has one of the best free characters we ever got. Puts a lot of showboats to shame. High damage. A lot of critiques on the showboat part, with it being that kind of class, but Sheik is next with, this is one of the best freebie characters ever given out. And for anyone who isn't going to take this character up as high as they can using the MLC tokens, give them the Finger of Shame. So this is me doing the Finger of Shame for Sheik there. Merrick said, people are a little higher on Lawler because of the monthly perks, but he has a 4 MP build that will load easily in showdowns and such with links, and easily load in feuds as well. Lawler has a big finisher build that is on a popular vote with people. So you have low MP moves, which Merrick points out, as well as a big finisher build as well if you need to really deal out that damage. Versatility is a really nice thing to have. And also, I believe Merrick did say, or maybe he didn't comment on that with Lawler. Well, Retro said, not really used him much, but for what I'm seeing at 3-star bronze, he does look like a good free card. Maybe on par with MVP even. MVP, for those of you who don't know, it was a tech that was a free card given to us a couple months ago. Very solid free technician that a lot of people took to, I believe, 5-star bronze. People were really invested in MVP. Sapper, really like Lawler, one of the best free characters we've been given. Purple 2, Purple 1, and Yellow 1. Moveset is the best without gear. With gear, Yellow 1, Yellow 2, and Purple 1. Early pins with the Purple 1 move can be an issue. And I do see that. That's the one where you're generating gems, I believe. So I can see where that would be an issue. But early pins happen with a lot of characters. And then lastly, but not leastly, Zinker comes in with, he recharges his movements well, and makes a high pin unlike some Hall of Famers. So to be a free fighter, I find it to be very interesting, with its 2 yellows and purple movements, and with its 2 gears. So, overall, Zinker gave him a fairly decent scoring of... It'd be great if I could actually pull this up. Alright, so 8.5, 6, 8, 7.5, 9, 7, 8, 9, 8.5, 7.5, 8.5, and 9. The highest being a 9 given by both Goldie and Zinker, and the low and Iron Sheik. I'm sorry, I didn't forget you there, Sheik. I got you. And then the lowest though being from Davey D. So I'm going to name this the retro scoring from now on because retros are designated low score. Davey D gave the retro score of 6. But overall, and I gave it an 8. I forgot. I gave it an 8 for a total of 8.03, putting him roughly at a tier 2. Without MLC perks, I do think we're going to see him land in that tier 2 category. So we will fix this up a little bit. We'll hide that. We're going to hide this, and we're going to switch over to... All of these were really quick, except for the one where I have to switch over in this, so you get to see a little bit of gameplay. Because there's no real quick way to do this, and I wanted to do it in-game. I swear I'm scrolling as fast as I can. Go. Ignore my roster. Don't pay attention to my roster at all. Keep scrolling. Alright. We're almost there. Skip him? No. There he is. Alright, folks. Now we're on to Hall of Fame Dusty Rhodes. So, Dusty has a 10% increased chance for purple gems on initial gem board, and then that goes up by 25% at 9k. It stays at 25% at 15k and goes to 50% at 17k. At 9k, he also gains the ability of matching purple gems, generate those by 1 more move points. For at 9k, that's 1. At 15k, it's by 2. And then it does not go up at 17k. This is very nice. I will say that the coaching ability for Dusty is super solid. At least getting into 9k is important to have that beneficial of 1 more move point. I believe that's locked behind one of the vaulted characters. By vaulted, I mean the DX vault characters. It's either HBK or Triple H. I cannot remember. Don't fault me too hard for that. So we'll minimize this and we'll go over. So Benny didn't say too much except for his scoring would go up by 1 for the gears, essentially. So what he scores, I'll just say, he scores Dusty at 6.5, but with the gears gives him a 7.5. Davey D comes in next with, based on the Black Red Red, the Bionic Elbow, Pile Driver, and Headbutt, and the Black Black Yellow, the Bionic Elbow, Elbow Drop, and Bulldog movesets that deal over 1 million damage turn 1. DJ Anon is next, and of course, as awesome as he is, he gave me a nice little picture. So, DJ runs red, red, black with the Headbutt. I can't read what that other moveset is, but it's the 6x1 swap into black gems, and then the elbow drop. And then DJ runs a red MP trainer, so you can do Sting if you have him, or you could do one of the Bushwhacker, Goldberg, Typhoon, and Santa Hogan. So I believe you're pushing out a lot of red gem damage on this one. Very solid moveset regardless, though. Thank you, DJ, for sending that screenshot. Godflow is next, saying with 1 gear, 8.5, 2 gears, 9. Wrong class and wrong time. Should have been a powerhouse. For those of you who don't know, we got Yokozuna, who was a powerhouse for the featured superstar for this weekend, buried behind a mass of other recent top strikers. He isn't even the best Hall of Fame striker. I would have liked to have known who Godflow said was his best Hall of Fame striker in his opinion. That would have been good to know. But alas, Goldie said very strong, plays similar to Afa and Slick Rick. Strong multiply gems and a great choice for red stipulation tours. If there's ever a time to pursue the 5-star bronze fuse, it's now, as you can avoid the crunch of needing 4-star Hall of Fame tokens. This is the chase character, as to remind you, so if you want to try to get this character as high as possible from the get-go, you're looking at trying to get 3,000 shards for him at a 5-star bronze fuse. J-Man said, I've done some serious Steiner math on this character, and he's definitely being underrated by the community. With both gears, I think he has 2.5 million turn 1 damage potential. Even without gear, he's a versatile guy who hits pretty hard. He's amazing for red stip tours, absolutely worth the chase. Trainer ability is useful for showdowns when MP reduction perks are making MP trainers useless. We talked about that. I do think that is one of the best things about this character, is that he has that little bonus to MP charging. Alright, G-Man himself, Gerson, says, very underwhelming. Pretty much every spec has another striker with a similar spec doing it better. Gears are next to impossible to get, and even with both, he still doesn't come close to some decently available current strikers. We've heard this a couple times, and this is true. There are some strikers out there that are going to shadow Dusty. Maybe not Hall of Fame strikers, if you can't get your hands on a Hogan, for example, but there are other strikers, like we've seen in Omos recently, that was very well built. Sheik, I chatted with Great J-Man and others on this. I think Dusty wasn't shown to his full potential, but I won't be able to try him out, obviously, until I get him. He looks like he's going to be a lot better than people are thinking right now. So J-Man and Sheik, the rivals with the mostists, are going at it back and forth, but they came to an agreement on the fact that Dusty is being undervalued, and there's possibly something hidden about this character that we haven't seen yet. So if you figure out what it is, why not let us know? Merrick's says, with 9.5 with gears, undervalued despite having a good multi-gem build or snowfall build, and amazing for red stip tours. Second best Hall of Fame behind Hogan, Yokozuna pending. So, undervalued, just like Sheik and J-Man had said, but he has a good multi-gem build and a snowfall build for red stip tours. That's solid. You know, Dusty does have the opportunity of being a really strong character. Potentially. Retro said, bit of a poor chase for me. So many more before him deserve the coinage and TP. So Retro probably is going to be investing a lot of resources into Dusty. And as far as going for the chase goes, might land him at the 3-star gold. Sapper comes in saying, Dusty looks very slow. The finisher 1, red 1, yellow 2 might be my favorite build. Recycles well and can hit pretty hard overall. Obviously, both gears would make the moveset even better. We need those gears to make the movesets better, but the gears are hard to come by. And last but not least, Zinker says, I like his 2 red movements, but being a striker, I should put black, not red gems. So you put the multiplies on the blacks, not the reds. Also, I was watching the videos of the content creators, and in none of the videos did he exceed 1.2 million in a pin. Being a striker and the premium fighter of the month, he should definitely hit harder. And I can't say that I disagree with that either. You chase a character, especially a Hall of Fame character, who requires a lot of resources and a lot of tokens. You want to see them hit harder, you want to see them hit higher, but there might be a way to make that happen. It just depends on if we can figure that out as, the community. Alright, so we're going to jump over to this. I'm going to unleash that, and we are going to uncrop Dusty. Crop Dusty. Dust Croppy. Okay, so we have a 6.5, a 9.5, a 9, 8, 8.5, 8, 7.5, 9, 8.5, 4, 8.5, 8. So for Dusty, which is a little bit more steep as far as this goes, we have a 4. Retro gave the retro score of 4 at the lowest. I believe the highest is Davey D putting Dusty at 9.5. I want to double check that score, make sure that I put that correctly. Yeah, Dusty gave him a 9.5, which is accurate. So, as usual, I gave both of them an 8, and then he averages out at about 7.9, just up to that top of a tier 2 range. So, creeping onto tier 1, but obviously, the gears is what makes the difference. A lot of folks here say that they would give Dusty a point up 1 if he had both of his gears. So take that with a grain of salt, that if you're looking at this character, if you have 1 or 2 gears, it might make Dusty that much better in your arsenal. As I stand, I'm gonna chase Lawler to the top as far as I can go with him, so I'll probably go to 4-star gold with him if I get enough tokens. Dusty, I'm not going to chase the 5-star bronze. I won't go for the 3k. I think that getting Dusty at 3-star gold, take him to 9k, at 4-star bronze will be just enough for me, and I don't need to take him further. But that is both of the superstars for the free and chase of the Hall of Fame Spectacular. We will be doing Hall of Fame Yokozuna. That will be uploaded on Monday as per usual as the featured superstar of the weekend. We know this just because I can spoil this just because obviously this video is coming out. And at the first Sunday of every month, I will be doing the free and the chased superstars. So I'm going to keep this series going, and this will be a little bit of an extra bonus for those that are interested. I did not get to do Nikki Ash and Sami Zayn, which is unfortunate. Maybe next Sunday I can get that ironed out. I don't know. I'll talk with the other content creators and see if they want to chime in on that. But where do you put these two? Are you excited to have Hall of Fame Lawler? Are you going to chase Dusty? Feel free to let us know. And like, comment, and subscribe. All that fun stuff that YouTube asks us to do. And until the next one, I hope you folks be safe, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.